Yes! Thank you yet again for joining us for, this will be our best AHA show ever. We have with us Dr. Maisie the Old-Maziful, who is going to investigate with me internal family systems, the new therapy that is sweeping the world, saying that we have many, I hope I have this right, personalities within us.
We are multiple.
We are, thank you. It's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me.
We are all multiple.
We are all multiple. Now, how multiple are we? That's my question, because I'm seeing this therapist, and whatever I come up with, as I was telling you, I feel like screaming.
Right.
And she says, okay, let's talk to Mr. Screamer. What's his name?
Did she say what's his name?
Yeah, she sometimes asks me what's his name.
Oh, well that...
Lately, I should stop doing that, but...
yeah.
Yes.
Well...
So how many, I could have, if every feeling I have, Mr. Scared, how many, why are these not feelings rather than, when does a feeling become a personality?
Well, the truth is, no one knows, but let me tell you the theory.
Yes,
and
okay.
What we were saying before that we went on the air is, what's theoretically said may not be always clinically helpful. Okay?
Yes.
But theoretically...
Or true.
That, yes, it's only a model.
Yes, see if it helps you.
The question is it a helpful model?
Yeah, is it helpful?
And I think it's a pretty helpful model, but you are also doing it.
Yes.
And I'm doing it as a therapist.
Yes, I'm doing it as a client, but I haven't had since I know Dr. Maisie the Old-Maziful, I don't go see her.
That's correct. We wouldn't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that. We're beyond that.
We're friends.
Yes, we're friends.
Yes. So let me tell you about the theory, and then we'll try to figure it all out.
Okay.
Because the theory would say that there is like a healing component to all of us. Like, okay, so let's just say, I'm going to say, divine spark.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure.
So far?
I'm open to
okay.
Possibly, yes.
Or we could say our higher self, or we could say
all kinds of things.
Something, yes. But something that transcends parts of us that are parts. Now, your question was, are all feelings parts, or do we have to make them into a part?
So we should tell people examples of parts.
Right.
And an example of a divine spark for that matter.
Parts, the system of parts that Internal Family Systems talks about is that there are exiled feelings, which when they came about, probably in childhood, we were just not able to handle, and they were too raw. Let's say loneliness, let's say terror, let's say helplessness, rage. Say some of those.
Speaking about me?
Okay.
Rage.
My friend Michael.
I'm scared. Oh, help, I'm alone. Yes.
Right, yeah. Those kinds of...
Yeah, so, okay, and I don't really want to feel, I don't like feeling them.
Exactly.
I say, okay, you guys go away.
Yes.
But I don't even know that I'm saying that.
Yes,
I'm a nice guy.
You did so well.
I'm Mr. New Age.
Yes.
Hi, I love you.
You did that so perfectly. Michael, you got it already. So, but how do we keep them exiled? That's the question.
How do we what?
How do we keep those ones exiled? Because they're so scary.
Yes, it's exhausting, hard work.
But we have help.
Yes.
We have help.
Yes.
Because we have a protective system.
Yes.
And there are two different classes of protectors.
Yes.
One are managers.
Yep.
You know any of your managers?
Managers, like...
Yeah.
I do know, but maybe this is a manager, when I'm with people, these feelings often don't come up. And then as soon as I step in the front door with my cat, and then all of a sudden they say, we can come out now. Is that so my manager kept them,
right.
managed them.
Exactly.
Yes?
Exactly.
Like now, I'm just happy to be with you, right?
So your manager just took them away. Sometimes managers show up in the form of like self-criticism. They say, Michael,
yes,
you haven't done enough work today. What's wrong with you?
Yes.
Okay. So that's just a...
So the critic is a manager too.
Oh yeah, they're always trying to help.
And the guy that beats me up with an axe, he's a manager too.
It depends. We have to talk about that more. But they're trying to help. But they're just
They just are
parts.
bad managers.
They have.
Gonna fire you.
No bad.
That's what they say. See, that confuses most people when you get hit. That reminds me of Mahomes. No bad.
There's a saying in internal family systems, which is all parts are welcome.
Yes.
All right. So
Jeez.
now I'm just fooling around.
Yes, have a good time. Yes, that's why.
I just hit you because I was fooling around.
Yes.
Now, were I your therapist, I would try very hard not to hit you.
Yeah.
Right. But the protective system, the managers are just they have a narrowed field of consciousness, so they don't really know necessarily about your divinity or your ability.
Also, they're kind of pretty.
They're just like
adolescents
put in charge of a family system.
No,
and they're trying really hard, and they're doing their best. But,
so they don't have any romantic. They don't believe in God or.
Correct. Which, especially if you're thinking God is in you.
Yes.
And that is who you are as a healer to yourself. They don't believe in that.
Now, you sure this system wasn't thought up by people who were living in Framingham?
Why did you ask that?
Well, I mean, maybe we could have managers in Cambridge that are, enlightened.
Oh, I see.
That go to Buddhist retreats.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. Now that is interesting because there's a lot of spiritual bypass managers, around. But yeah, absolutely. But let's finish the model.
Yes.
Just for
if
anyone is listening to this, they might want to know the whole thing, and then we'll go off into the more interesting side paths. But there's another part of the protective system. So managers are long-term planners. They want you to get through school. They want they want to help out.
Get through the day.
They want get through the day.
Yes.
They want you to be good.
People are calling, but we're very sorry. We have to hold the calls.
Okay, because we haven't even gotten.
Yes, we haven't
described. The system
but
yet.
you are we love you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All parts are welcome.
Yes, all parts are welcome, but we're not answering the phone.
Right.
That's what I was afraid of. All parts are welcome. Really?
Michael has parts about this model. See, but this is what happens if the exiles break out, and the managers can't contain them, and there's some raw affect that comes out that's scary to the system. You know what happens then?
Every day, I know what happens. I go
firefighters.
To bed. Oh, my father was. I just lie in bed.
That's another protective part of the system.
Oh, yeah.
Firefighters emerge, and they feel it's an emergency.
Yes.
Like if you get real terrified, do they think Michael has a divine spark and he can handle this?
No.
Correct. They think, oh my gosh, we've got to do something.
Yes.
And like firefighters who come to fight fires with hoses and are not really concerned with damage to, say, your fine, silk drapes,
yes.
right? They just want to put the fire out. Firefighters just want to get the exiles out of there no matter what. So they do things that don't have really good long-term consequences, like, maybe they use alcohol. Get the exiles down through that. Maybe they are workaholics. That can get affect away, right?
I like these firemen. Yes, keep going.
You think these are good things?
So far, two good
strategies.
Things. Two good things.
So any addiction or any behavior that takes you out, like dissociation, is a firefighter who just says, "We don't want to be here. We're out." So
bye.
So it doesn't even have to.
These guys are good.
These are effective people, right?
911.
And even somebody who reads a lot in order to get away.
Wow.
Just in order to not be there.
Yes.
That could be, even though it doesn't.
So this pretty much describes everybody. Yes, it does.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is like a description of a human inner environment.
Yes.
Right. And so, what's the job of the therapist in this? If you take this model,
to give you some new firefighters.
You like them so much. You want more.
Dancing, dance camp.
Dance camp could be firefighters, or it could be
everything.
Pure pleasure. It could be self-led. See, that's
so it could be what?
Self-led. That's the point.
Yeah.
It's not to get rid of parts. All parts are welcome, really.
Now, the parts are just these basic feelings, right? And then there's the managers who manage them, and the firefighters who do stuff when managers can't quite handle them, and they sneak through.
Exactly right.
So I got it down.
So you got it perfect.
Yes, good.
That was perfect.
Yes, because it so adequately describes me.
And so parts aren't bad, but they get into extreme roles. And so the job of the therapist is to help yourself come forward and lead the system onward.
Oh, now where's this? Now you introduced. We had all these feelings.
Yeah.
You had these managers.
Yeah.
And you had these firefighters. Now where's this? Who's the self?
You.
You mean I'm not the reader and the tennis player and
right.
I'm a
They're
me.
parts of you.
But who's me?
And, well, what does it feel like when you say that?
It feels like I don't know what's going on.
Right. Well, that is a common problem in the system, actually. It is, because...
I need a firefighter now!
Really uncomfortable,
Calling!
Maybe some of those calls are firefighters trying to help you.
Yes, that could be, yes.
We don't know.
So the self is and where's my body is, and all those things. We only have another 17 minutes. This is going to be hard.
The good thing is when self is embodied. Okay?
Yes, okay.
So have you ever felt
Yes.
expansive?
Yes,
in your
like
heart?
now.
Okay.
Now.
Well,
Yes.
that might be a good experience of self, of an expansion of your heart, and you can feel it in your body.
The heart. You made it too hard. Oh, the heart.
Oh, you had expansive
I
energy,
can expand
right?
that. Yeah, without the enter the heart. This is a whole new territory.
Right, and so
Yeah.
that's probably a manager talking just right now. He's saying, "Well, I don't know if this is safe. I don't know whether
Oh,
this
or
is
just well, it felt more like the truth talking.
safe." The truth. Well, that's called blending.
Blending. Oh, there's names for everything.
Yeah, there are names for everything.
No
so when
wonder these people are in long-term. This is a good business you've got going.
it can be very fast or very slow. It depends a lot. But when a part comes and talks, like that just felt like me.
Yes.
And it's maybe a manager saying, this isn't safe. I don't consider this is good for the system. It means that part is totally blended with you. It's like up close. It's right up in front of your face.
And it's masquerading as me.
Yes, and you say, "This is just me. This is just how I am.
Gee.
I am just depressed, or I am just
Or happy.
well." And
Can I be happy?
You can be happy.
Or maybe it's just a manager who's happy.
It could be, but we'd have to investigate.
Where's the real Mikey?
We'd have to find out.
Someone might be.
Or it might be a sense of peace and contentment that is very grounded.
Peace and yes, but
Or not.
Or
it
not.
might just be a manager saying, "He's good, he's fine, don't worry."
ooh, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
I'll
settle.
I'll settle.
That's what I'm hearing.
Now, who's the therapist in all of this? Is the therapist a manager, a self,
What we hope.
or a part?
What we hope is it. Well, see, therapists have parts too, because they're
Yes. Oh,
Right,
now.
all right.
Aha.
So, but what we hope, this is what we devoutly hope, is that the therapist is self-led, is having the self come forward, the compassion, the spaciousness, curiosity.
Oh, but it might it might often be the manager.
Be.
It's very
Yeah.
super dangerous, right?
Well, no. If a manager is doing it, it just won't be very effective. Okay, so it might not be super dangerous.
And it's not effective because there's something special going on when true self meets true self. Is that it?
There is something very special, and that self calls out to self. So if the therapist is really in a self-led place, not that she or he doesn't have parts, but self-led, the self is leading the whole system, then that can call out to the self and the other person.
And not the part, and not the manager.
Right.
Now,
It
but
can
what is?
quiet
But
those.
this is now we're getting into harder stuff.
Okay.
See, the parts I can handle.
Yeah.
The firemen I love.
You love them
I could
so
get a good
much.
manager from on Main Street in Cambridge.
Yeah.
But where in Cambridge can we buy a self?
We cannot buy one.
No, this is America. This is not. I can buy
Enterprise.
managers and parts, or just fire department right on Mass Ave.
Well, no.
And parts are walking the streets in Central Square every evening.
But it's in there, so you can get access.
So there's a self in here.
Yeah.
And it's not my body.
Well, but we would like it embodied, if we could.
Embodied. These
Yeah.
are very. Now it's
We'd like an experience of it.
Okay, this is hard, and we have only
Yeah.
14 minutes.
Oh,
13 left.
I'm sure we'll get there, Michael.
Okay, what is it? I know. Are we embodied selves at this very moment as we're speaking, or because we're speaking to a camera, maybe we're less embodied?
We might be.
When I
but
turn to you,
just-
am I more embodied? It feels a
depends.
little more embodied.
All right,
this way.
see, contact.
This
That's
feels.
connection.
No offense to you.
No,
this
of
feels
course
less embodied.
No, we
unless
like
we
you.
can really love you, but we can't feel your body unless we're really imaginative high.
It's So, that's a pretty nice thing to get. Nice big kisses.
Yes, but it's safe. You see, this is so embodiedless, safe.
You get that.
So how could we? Now, So we have to really not only talk about this. We have to, in some ways, be selves for the next at least 1 second out of the next 13 minutes.
Well, we can open space for that to happen and see what happens. That's the curiosity.
Now it gets a little scary already. I can feel it getting more scarier.
Yeah.
Now, why shouldn't the self be less scary rather than more?
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
The self actually scares a lot of parts because they don't believe in it, or it's too big, or it's too unknown, and they're used to being in charge.
Yeah,
they're
something's
used to
coming.
calling,
Something's coming that's going to blow your system.
Yeah, they get scared.
I don't blame them.
And the job of the therapist is to be very respectful of those scared parts, and not try to elbow them out.
Yes, but the self is so interesting, and it's an embodied self, which is makes me a little curious. Might be the word rather than
that's good,
because it sounds like you're starting with the self rather than the body. Maybe it's a bodied self, rather than an embodied self.
Because you live in a body.
Right.
You're here.
But even when seeing it that way, there's an I living in the body. Maybe it's a body that has an I or two.
I have to.
Yes.
Just.
So let's really carefully see if we can have. And you're welcome to join too. And there's no offense, even if you're not here. So what would it be to have an embodied self or a bodied self at this moment?
So instead of having that as a mental question, what would it be to just have that as opening space to have an experience?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, that's what I really meant, but I didn't say it.
Ask all the managers to relax back, because they're the ones that think about these things.
Yes,
they enjoy thinking.
Yes, all of a sudden I'm able to think less.
Yeah.
I'm getting sleepier. No, I am. But no, all of a sudden my mind is not
calming.
sleepier, not sleepier, but
calming.
It's calming.
Yeah. So the managers are relaxing. They
relax.
You know what happened? They just got the information that was one of the possibilities that they didn't really know about before. They could calm down. They don't have to do it all.
How beautiful it is to do nothing and rest afterwards. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting quieter.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling that we're managing this.
That could be true. A manager who just is real compliant.
We're so much happier managing. Why go through the? No. I'm cheating again. Yes. No. I'm going to try again. You see, now I got. Okay.
You're so honest, Michael.
Yes, honest, but sneaky. Okay. No, I had it. Now it's gone. Now I'm having too much fun. Let's go back to that boring self that is relaxed and calm.
I know your managers. They have a great time.
Yes, that
they have
boring,
a great
calm,
time.
very un-Jewish self. You sure this isn't anti-Semitic to have this kind of stuff?
Actually, the whole thing was discovered by a nice Jewish boy. So.
Well, then you know that he was just trying to not be who he was, calling that himself. He read too much Young and New Age. The self, but the real self kvetches.
That's what.
No, we don't have that.
Blended. You're just being blended with an idea.
You see, they have answers for everything.
It's inescapable. It's relentless.
Oh, you see, but I'm not going to be able to get away with anything
very sweet.
But a nice, sweet self. Yeah. Okay, here I am.
Well, the experience can be sweet. You don't have to be sweet. You don't have to be compliant. You are. I think laughter is the side of self too. I really do. I think laughter is.
This is my true. My true self is coming out. It's laughing and crying at the same time. But I have a feeling it's another manager. No, maybe not.
Might be just you.
Yes. Okay. No, but at least it's not really. No, I'm glad you're laughing too. Otherwise, it would feel funny.
I'm laughing too because laughter feels good.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
Okay, I'm going to be my true self again.
I think
No.
You have a part that's
I have a trouble with the true self. The true self is having too much fun. Okay.
All right, but you don't have to change. That's not the point.
No, I want to be true self. I want to be true self.
This is very accepting. This is a very accepting philosophy.
Yes.
All points are wrong, Michael.
No, come on. We only have 7 more minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now I have my true self, which is laughing and saying "Om."
Yeah.
Okay, so have I graduated?
I think you're done.
I'm finished.
Right.
Thank you. It's very Where shall I send the? Okay. By the way, if you want to pay for this television show, please write CCTV, the Dr. Maisie, the Old Maisiful. Yes, and we will accept contributions. I think I'm not allowed to do that on a television show. That was a joke. That was by my manager,
that was,
though.
Right.
That was not my true self.
No, but it was a manager having a good time.
Yes.
I mean, that's,
My good self, my true self was having a good time for a little while.
Yeah, I saw that. There was a change in your energy.
We'll have to say, oh.
Right.
So we've found a button for the true self.
There can be.
Yes.
There can be points of reference that people have already experienced.
See, she's so sophisticated. See, I say button, and what do we get? Points of reference. That is so classy.
That's just so intelligent. So, my managers are all going, oh, yeah, very, very nice.
Okay, so how are you doing? Now, how is your true self doing?
Well, when we go fast, I lose it.
Oh, so let's go slow.
Yes, but it's more fun to go fast.
Oh, no. Is your true self a party pooper?
Oh, wouldn't that be terrible?
Yes. What if the true self is a?
I don't think so. I think laughter is a spark of the divine.
Oh,
but
good.
in terms of my awareness, when we go fast,
yes,
I'm not as aware. Is that true for you? When you go fast, you're not
you got
as
me
aware?
to be so true self. I don't have any much thoughts on that.
Oh wow!
I had this happen
Managers
some times
are really
too.
Relaxed.
Yes, I don't run away into my mind. I'm so much happier.
Ooh,
my mind is a manager.
Managers hang out in the mind. That's really right. Yeah.
Maybe the whole mind itself. It's just big.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, don't we love our managers? Because not only the way you love your firefighters because they keep you safe. But they help us to get places on time. Like we got here on time, didn't we?
We got here on time?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, those were managers.
You were the manager that got that.
Oh, yeah, I had the watch, right?
Yes, I was punch drunk, remember?
But then,
Riding too much.
That's right, but then you knew where to go.
So now I feel like I'm in my true self and I'm having a good time. I don't know what to say.
See, that's it. Yeah.
I'm very happy. Just telling you I'm happy.
Happy being here.
Happy to be with you.
Yeah.
I am.
That's good.
I don't look at you. This is more comfortable. See, this is my divine. You see, I'm more comfortable not looking at people. It's easier for me to have a true self if I don't have to look at you straight in the face.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's hard.
Yes. Now my true self. My true self might
can you feel where your heart?
This way it's much better. Hi, I'm my true self.
Hello, you guys.
Oh, I can get right to. I don't know who you are. I love you, but my good friend, Dr. Maisie O'Maisable, that's a little harder.
I know.
Yes.
It's scary for parts. Yes.
No, but if I'm scared, I feel like it's a true self.
Ooh, that's blending. Ooh.
Oh, that's blending. Whoops. These people are tough, folks. You can't get away with much. You tell someone you love, I love you very much, they say that's blending.
that would be a very sad moment.
It could be true, though.
It could be true. How would they know? They're not your therapist.
Oh, but you tell.
You're not supposed to do this with your friends and lovers.
Oh, yeah, I can't tell it.
It's considered extremely impolite to say you're in a party.
Oh, it's so tempting.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I bet you must be really tempted because you must think that.
I do.
No, because you're trained. Yes,
I'm trained.
So people that are close to you can say, "Oh, it's the part that's speaking," but you don't tell them.
Well, right. Although my husband, who has picked some of this up, said just the other day, "You're in a part," and I wanted. You know what I wanted to do?
Get a firefighter to beat him up.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, because he's not allowed to say that.
He's not allowed.
I'm not allowed to say it.
Oh, so it's
he's not my client. Yeah.
Oh, so so you know I can't say that because we're friends. We can't say that to each other
unless we're really in
doing
concert and we decide
like doing it now.
It.
Now we are. Yes.
Yeah.
Now who's speaking now?
Check in with yourself. How does it feel?
I think when I don't know what's going on, that seems to be more self.
Yeah. You're just
like
off.
improv. Yes.
Yeah. 3 minutes.
I see 3 minutes, but it's a different feeling of 3 minutes than I usually am.
Well, I'm totally curious about something.
Yes.
Which is, does our talking tonight change your thoughts about your own therapy in internal family systems?
Yes, I never understood this before.
See?
And maybe I could walk around this way all the time. It feels close to the clown that my friend Barbara helped me discover. My name is Ozy Mosey. But I think art is like that. When you do art, you're very present. Yes.
Yes, you're in flow, right? There's a concept about that, about being in flow and just letting the experience be. Right.
Yes, that was the great gift of my therapist. All of a sudden I discovered, which I never knew, I called it being present. I was very present there.
So that's...
Until she brought her dog.
And then what happened?
Then I had such a good time watching her try to be present while wrestling the dog.
Well, that's what therapists have parts.
Yes. And you can't try to be present. That's also very interesting.
No, you should just be curious about what's going on in the moment, right?
Yes, you can't manage yourself to be present.
No.
That's very
Managers
interesting.
Can't do that. They try.
Yeah, they try a lot.
They try a lot.
A lot.
That was what you said earlier on before we explained the model. You said something about all the meditation practices or something.
Yes.
Remember? I mean, then that doesn't mean they're bad, but it means that they could be a way of not being present.
Ooh.
You can use anything.
I'm an expert.
Parts will use anything.
I'm a bypass expert. I could name it. Sex, knowledge, laughter.
You can bypass.
Yes, that you just avoid. But this is a nice feeling now. Do you have it too?
I do have it too.
Wow,
more and more.
We could say goodbye. I hope you have it in audience land. Yes, I hope.
Yes.
We wish you a merry Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a happy self-led existence.
Oh, is it self-led? That sounds too managey, no?
No, it's just leading, it's just helping the system work.
And we don't have time because I want to know where the body is in all of this. Oh, it's an embodied, but I feel it now.
Yeah, you're deep breathing.
I feel it. I'm not sure I'm breathing very much. Breathe. Oh, but that's the manager telling me breathe. Oh, it's very confusing, but I still feel that the manager hasn't taken over. And Dr. Maisie, the old Maisierful, you have 25 seconds to say goodbye. If you'd like, in any way you'd like.
I'm just really glad you joined us, and I'm really glad I was here with my friend Michael.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
She says such simple, nice thing.
That's just true.
It's hard to add to that. I'm so grateful for you as a friend, though.
Me too.
And my real self may be saying this, only maybe.
Yeah.
We'll
check it out.
No, I think it is. I think I really, really said